Hello my fellow cosmetic enthusiasts. As you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be on the MAC Studio Tech Foundation. This is the package it came in. I will put up, obviously you'll have seen by now, the video open box of me getting this. I wanted to test it out and see how it feels on the skin. So the clip you're seeing right now is me applying it to my skin. I have acne scarring and I have really pink undertones, so I try and cancel it out with orange undertone with an orange foundation. And I like to fake tan anyway, so it just, it works. But yeah, this is the foundation that you see me putting on right now. When I first applied it and blended it out, it felt almost like a mousse consistency for foundation. It was almost like you really had to buff it in to blend it really well. I don't know if I just didn't put on enough, or I do need a medium to heavy coverage just because of that. But I do in the summertime apply a thin layer only of foundation and then cover up the spots with concealer. So that is what you're seeing right now. But the brush I use to apply foundation is the Sigma Angle Top Kabuki F84 brush, and it looks like this. Mine's dirty because I just used it today for application purposes. But I'm going to go ahead and show you more in depth of the foundation so you can get a look at what it is in itself. So this is the package it comes in. I have the color NC30. It came with this little thing on here. It says you have to close securely so the product does not dry out. Now I did notice when I applied it that it almost, once I let it set into the skin, it was almost as if I didn't necessarily need to powder it, because it felt really light on the skin, and that it felt so nice, and it still does feel really light on the skin. It doesn't feel like I have a heavy coverage on. Now my skin is very oily. I've always had oily skin. It runs in the family. Acne runs in the family. I also have really large pores because I have very oily skin. And so I'm always on the hunt for the holy grail of foundations. I have so many foundations, and I do have a couple that I stay put to and use on a daily basis that work for me, that stay put the longest. So, you know, again, I'm always trying for something new and different. I don't care if it's $50 for a foundation. If it works and it stays on my skin, I will invest in it, because that is something that is my biggest insecurity, and my biggest thing to work with is my skin because of the acne scarring and the oily skin in general. I have an old lady down the street right now who is staring at me because I'm in a very big open window right now. But anyway, so this is what it looks like, the compact. When you open it up, it has a little mirror, and it also has the foundation itself. Now, the amount you get is 10 grams. So this is what it looks like, and this is the Studio Tech again. And then when you flip this up, you have the kind of spongy stuff the powder puff that you can apply it with. This kind of reminds me of the CoverGirl foundation I used to use all the time when I was, like 7 years ago. And it came in like a kind of oval case, and it was like a bluey purple color, and it was like aqua something or something like that, and it applies the same, it feels light just the same. So I'm curious to see how it stays on the skin compared to that. I might have to see if I can find that again at the BX and do a side-by-side comparison and see how well they work together. But yes, I have my daughter in the room right now, and actually it's really warm in here, so if I'm sweating, it's perfect to see how this foundation is. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it on my hands so you guys can see just how it blends out a little. So you can see it's really creamy. So it looks like on my finger. Here's my hand. I'll go ahead and, I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see that, but it kind of blends out to nothing. And it feels really light on the skin. So far, my opinion of this, I've had this on for a couple hours. My opinion of this foundation is that, it looks decent. It looks like just a typical foundation. My only beef with it was that it was kind of hard to blend out, whereas like, because this isn't a liquid foundation, it's more of a cream, moussey type, so, and you would think a mousse would apply better, but because I have oily skin, but yeah, it does look really nice. It feels light. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. I don't feel like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. Now I do have concealer on, and I do have powder on my skin, because if I don't powder my skin, no foundation will last on my skin. I do have concealer on as well, because the coverage you'll see from the clip I showed earlier didn't cover all the redness from the acne scarring, so I had to use my Revlon concealer and the Maybelline for the under the eyes, because that's what I use. I don't even know if you can see any. It's summertime, so something that's lightweight on the skin, that's not going to feel super heavy on the skin, is always a good thing. I used on top of this as a powder the Make It Forever foundation, or the powder foundation, very lightly to powder my skin to add just a bit of extra coverage, and it hasn't caked up. So this foundation is really light to medium coverage. I mean, you could build it up to a heavy coverage, but I mean, it works just the same, and I did a light wash over the skin and then used concealer, so it doesn't feel like it's so heavy. You have really excessive oily skin, so this so far has felt really good. And again, I will see you guys. Thank you for watching, subscribing if you have, liking the videos. It means a lot to me. Boosts my confidence and boosting me to make more videos for you guys and showing you a bunch of different stuff, because I am such a makeup hoarder that sharing with you guys, you know, because I like watching other videos myself of other people's type of skin and stuff like that, because it just helps you. I mean, especially if you're looking into trying new makeup. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Hi guys. So I wasn't originally going to do this, but I figured since it's been a couple hours since I originally filmed the video for you guys, I would show you what the foundation looks like. Still feels really light to the skin, and today's really warm outside, and I'm a mommy, so I'm moving around and stuff like that, and it still feels really light. It hasn't melted, it hasn't oxidized, it's still the way I originally put it on. See you guys again. Thank you for watching and subscribing if you have. Bye!